The U.S. men's national team started off its Copa America campaign with a 2-0 win versus Bolivia. So we're going to talk stars, stripes, and soccer with one half of the Soccer Cooligans, Christian Pulisic. Christian, the real Christian P on the line right here. What's going on, my man?
Thank you so much for the invitation. Always love chatting. And yeah, it's always nice to come on here right after U.S. men's national team victory. So I'm happy to be here.
All right, let's kick this thing off. Your game ball or man of the match goes to who?
It has to be Christian Pulisic, because that goal was just great to see. An early goal. You love to see the confidence. There was just without a doubt, a leadership there. I think everybody played with a real confidence of, like, we are better than this team and we should beat this team. And there wasn't any real doubt that that was the case. And there aren't many games, even in CONCACAF or at World Cups. Sometimes the U.S. plays to the level of their competition. And this time it was just obvious, like, we are better and we're going to be better. And they showed it from the first whistle to the final whistle.
Yeah, the other Christian P, fastest player, the 30 goals and 69 caps. Yeah, man, that goal, man, that was something that was retweeted all over. But it looks like they're back because they learned a lot at the World Cup. And Weston McKennie was talking about after the game how this is their first big tournament since the World Cup. So they wanted to come out and really show the world, or show at least America, that they've been training, like they're ready to go. So break down this match overall. Like, what did you see? Who stood out? What else stood out in Team USA's first win of the Copa?
I think, right now, like, from looking at the bigger picture, the conversations tend to be about, like, oh, Gio Reyna didn't really enforce, didn't really play the game that he really should have played. He wasn't that influential. There's a lot of, like, criticism, but, like, collectively there has to be some credit given. I think the U.S. took like 20 shots or something like that. A lot of them were on target. The goalkeeper, the Bolivian goalkeeper, made some unbelievable stops. Starting Tyler Adams and him having a good game and not making any mistakes. There were things that could be seen as risks from Greg Berhalter's perspective, but they all played well. I mean, yeah, the only criticism we can have is, like, they didn't score enough goals, and that would have made us feel a little bit more confident with the group that we're in. But outside of that, they played. I mean, what else could they have really done besides score a couple more goals? I mean, Ricardo Pepi coming into the game and missing some really, really great chances is frustrating. But I know you're asking me about specifically who sort of stood out, but I thought the group stood out really well. They were all there for each other. They connected passes. They didn't really make many mistakes. It was like one or two mistakes. So I'm not upset. I mean, I think collectively this is a good start to this tournament. In this group, we saw Uruguay and Panama right after that game. Yep. And Uruguay's, obviously, they look tough, but you look at Panama and you're like, all right, I think we can handle these guys. And I think we can get another 3 points and get a bit more security in the group and move on to the next round.
We're going to preview that USA-Panama match, which goes down Thursday. But all throughout my timeline, people were talking about, oh, this team is only going to go as far as Christian Pulisic can take them. You just talked about a team win, team effort. I understand it's one game, but does he have to be Captain America for the U.S. to win Copa?
I think so, because we're seeing I bring up, and not to harp on Ricardo Pepi, but the clinical ability of finishing chances is not something that we have on this team, that we don't have a wealth of. Like, I love that Flo Balogun scored that goal, especially also left-footed, a kind of difficult shot, because he probably had some easier ones in the game. But we don't have this guy, if he gets a chance, we know he's going to put it away. And so Christian Pulisic is our best attacking player. So he has to probably get an assist or a goal in any game that we're kind of successful in. He has to lead up. He has to make that key pass. He has to be in a good position to help the other player. So the easy answer is yes. He has to show up, and I think that's what he did against Bolivia. I think he can do that against Panama. That third game against Uruguay is going to be the one where, like, okay, we see the quality there. You see, and it's not just Darwin Nunez. It's not just one or two players. A lot of these guys play all over the world. They're incredibly talented, and they play well together. And their coach, Marcelo Bielsa, is a beast. He has that team attack. Like, they basically, as soon as they lose the ball, they are dogs trying to get the ball back. That's going to be a tough challenge for the U.S., but it's something I think Pulisic can handle.
Before they get to that third match against Uruguay, they got Panama on Thursday. Another 3 points in this group should get them out of that group. So break this one down for us. How does the Stars and Strike come out with 3 on Thursday?
Look, it's a familiar opponent. We played them a lot in CONCACAF. I think that this game is going to be a lot more. The quality is clearly higher on Panama versus Bolivia. But what's going to happen is that it's going to feel CONCACAF-y, right? There's going to be a lot of intensity. It's probably going to be a lot chippier. Panama needs to win the game. They definitely at least want a result, because their next game is against Bolivia. So this is. Look, it's not going to be an easy game, and definitely not as easy as Bolivia, but this should be a game the U.S. should win. Like, it could be a 1-0 or 2-1 victory. I think Panama's missing a couple players due to injury. I think it's something where we have the stronger roster, without a doubt, and so we should handily take care of that and earn those 3 points.